Christiaan Karel Appel, the 25th of April 1921 to 3 May 2006, was a Dutch painter, sculptor, and poet. He started painting at the age of 14 and studied at the Rijksakademie in Amsterdam in the 1940s. He was one of the founders of the avant-garde movement Cobra in 1948. Childhood. Christiaan Karel Appel was born on the 25th of April 1921 in his parents' house at Dapperstraat 7 in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. As a child he was often called Kik. On the ground floor his father, Jan Appel, had a barber shop. His mother, born Johanna Chevalier, was a descendant of French Huguenots. Karel Appel had 3 brothers. At 14, Appel produced his first real painting on canvas, a still life of a fruit basket. For his 15th birthday, his wealthy uncle Karel Chevalier gave him a paint set and an easel. An avid amateur painter himself, Chevalier gave his namesake some lessons in painting. Career. From 1940 to 1943, during the German occupation, Appel studied at the Rijksakademie van Beeld and Kunsten in Amsterdam, and it was there he met the young painter Corneille, and, some years later, Constant. They became close friends for years. His parents opposed his choice to become an artist, leading him to leave home. This was also necessary because he needed to hide from the German police so that he would not be picked up and sent to Germany to work in the weapons industry. Appel had his first show in Groningen in 1946. In 1949 he participated with the other Cobra artists in the Stedelijk Museum Amsterdam. This generated a huge scandal and many objections in the press and public. He was influenced by Pablo Picasso, Henri Matisse, and the French brut art artist Jean Dubuffet. In 1947 he started sculpting with all kinds of used materials and painted them in bright colors: white, red, yellow, blue, and black. He joined the experimental Grow Up in Holland together with the young Dutch painters Anton Rooskens, Theo Wolverkamp, and Jan Nieuwenhuis. Later the Belgian writer Hugo Claus joined the group. In 1948 Appel joined Cobra together with the Dutch artists Corneille, Constant, and Jan Nieuwenhuis, and with the Belgian poet Christiaan Karel. The new art of the Cobra group was not popular in the Netherlands, but it found a warm and broad welcome in Denmark. By 1939, Danish artists had already started to make spontaneous art, and one of the sources of inspiration was Danish Nordic mythology. It was also in Denmark that the Cobra artists started cooperating by collectively painting the insides of houses, which encouraged and intensified the exchange of the typical, childish, and spontaneous picture language used by the Cobra group. Appel used this very intensively. His 1949 fresco, Questioning Children, in Amsterdam City Hall caused controversy and was covered up for 10 years. As a result of this controversy and other negative Dutch reactions to Cobra, Appel moved to Paris in 1950 and developed his international reputation by traveling to Mexico, the USA, Yugoslavia, and Brazil. He also lived in New York City and Florence. He is particularly noted for his mural work. After 1990 he became much more popular in the Netherlands. He had several big shows in Amsterdam and Brussels, organized by director Rudy Fuchs. Also, the Cobra Museum in Amstelveen organized several shows featuring his work. He became the most famous Dutch Cobra artist. Appel's work has been exhibited in a number of galleries, including the Anita Shapolsky Gallery in New York City, Gallery Lelong in Paris, Gallery Ulysses in Vienna, and Gallery Ull in Amsterdam. Death. Appel died on the 3rd of May 2006 in his home in Zurich, Switzerland. He suffered from a heart ailment. He was buried on the 16th of May 2006 at the Père-Lachaise Cemetery in Paris, France. Years before his death, Appel established the Karel Appel Foundation, whose purpose is to preserve artworks, to promote public awareness and knowledge of Karel Appel's oeuvre, and to supervise publication of the oeuvre catalogue of the paintings, the works on paper, and the sculptures. In 2002, a number of Appel's works went missing on the way to his foundation, an event that was not to be resolved before his death. However, in 2012 the works were found in a disused UK warehouse and returned to the foundation. In the wake of his death, the foundation functions as his official estate in addition to its primary service as an image archive. The U.S. copyright representative for the Karel Appel Foundation is the Artists' Rights Society. Public collections. Among the public collections holding works by Karel Appel are Museum de Avant-Garde, Zwolle, the Netherlands; Art Gallery of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada; Rijksmuseum, the Netherlands; the Phillips Collection, Washington, D.C., USA; Bibliography. Appel, Karel, Psychopathological Notebook. Drawings and Gouaches 1948–1950. Bern, Berlin.